as we have to calculate all length of your trip. يعني كل اللي انت مشيته في رحلتك toward the school, then if you return back again to your home. So we have here, as we see, actual length between the 2 points. We have number 1, a starting point here, and we have number 2, the ending point. Okay, let's go to identify or to define the displacement. As you see here, يعني ايه بقى displacement? Displacement is the shortest straight line between the 2 points, between the starting point and the ending point. So we have in this diagram زي ما احنا شايفين قدامنا, the body moves from A like that, زي ما انتم شايفين قدامكم, تحرك من A toward B in this direction. خليها بالكالر تاني اهو, كده اهو, بتحرك كده وبرجع كده. يبقى in this case body moves in this direction, make distance like that, then like that, and then reach the last point, as here we have point B. So the actual length between the 2 points here, we have what? We have distance. So we identify distance as the actual length between the 2 points, the starting point and the ending point. Where the starting point? فين starting point? Starting point is point what? Is point A here. احنا شايفينها هنا قدامنا كده, دي point A as a starting A point. Where the ending point? The ending point is B, as you see هنا زي ما احنا شايفين قدامنا, point B is the ending point of the trip. So displacement here is the shortest straight line between starting point and the ending point. يعني دي displacement اهي, as you see كده. يبقى هنا we know distance as the actual length between the 2 points, and displacement is the shortest straight line between 2 points. ولما بقول 2 points, which means starting point and ending point. عندنا فيديو هنا بسيط كده to differentiate between scalar and vector quantities. As you see here, زي ما احنا شايفين كده قدامنا, scalar quantities as mass, as we have speed, time, temperature, distance, energy. All these quantities are called scalar physical quantities because they identify by knowing only the magnitude. But here we have vector quantity. We can identify by what? By magnitude and direction, as we have displacement, acceleration, momentum, force, velocity, and all these quantities we identify by knowing what? By knowing direction. As we have here, 2 points starting from, طبعا بقى لازم اعرف, خلي بالنا الدايركشن. As force here, we know direction in what? لان الفورس سكيلر ولا فيكتور؟ هيقولوا لي طبعا vector quantity. So we identify by what? By magnitude and direction, while other quantities are identifying by, yes, by magnitude only as a scalar physical quantities. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Muhammad, I think the difference between distance and displacement, the main difference is presence of direction. So, yes, if the distance has direction, can I say it is a displacement? Can I say that this displacement is a distance in a certain direction?
Yes.
It is another definition.
Yes, another definition. We have here distance in a definite direction. So we talk about distance and the direction. So we talk about displacement. Because distance only, we talk about scalar physical quantity. Good point from Mr. Wائل. Here we have to differentiate between distance and displacement. Distance is what? Is the actual length between 2 points. But if we say distance in a definite direction, يبقى احنا بنتكلم على displacement اللي هي what? اللي هي actual length between 2 points. طيب, according to distance and displacement, we can define what? We can identify speed and velocity. As we studied before in Unit 1, in Lesson 1, we have speed as what? Is the distance covered through time unit, or in 1 second, or as time passes, as you like. We have 2 factors affecting speed as we have distance and time. But we have velocity, and the velocity are what, or is what? Is a vector physical quantity. We identify by knowing two factors, magnitude and direction. So here on the monitor, how can we define speed as a revision? Then we will define velocity. زي ما احنا شايفين كده قدامنا, we have speed. Speed is what? Is distance covered. احنا بنكمل اهو. Distance ايه؟ covered through time unit or in one أو in 1 second ممكن نقولها كده. As V here speed equal what? Equal distance over time, D over T. Okay? But here we talk about what? Velocity here. احنا بنتكلم هنا على مين؟ على velocity. What is meant by velocity? أقول له بقى displacement covered through time units. So V arrow, which means velocity, equal what? Equal displacement as D arrow, which means displacement هنا distance in a definite direction over time. Over time. So displacement covered through time unit, we mean here velocity. As we have the magic triangle in front of you, we have velocity equal what? Equal displacement over what? Over, as you see, over time. يعني if we want to calculate distance, we want to calculate speed. If you want to calculate displacement, you want to calculate what? Velocity. And we have a great difference between them, and we have to know this difference from the following examples. زي ما احنا شايفين قدامنا problem كده. بيقول لي a body move from point A northwards to B covers how many? 40 meters in 5 seconds. Then moves eastward. خلي بالنا من directions, ها? Covering 60 meters in 3 seconds to point C. Then covers or moves to D southward, covers 40 meters in 2 seconds. Calculate distance, displacement, then we will calculate speed and velocity. Before we answer this question, we should draw as a draft, مش لازم by ruler. تمام؟ ممكن as drawing like that زي ما هنعمل كده قدامكم. Body will move from point A, بس أهم حاجة direction moves northward شمالا. طبعا احنا عارفين north, south, east and west. عارفين ال 4 directions. هيتحرك from A northward to B. Covering how many? زي ما هو قال لي كده 40 meters in 5 seconds. Okay? Then the body moves eastward يعني شرقا يعني على ايد اليمين right side. Covering how many? From point B to point C. Covering how many? 60 meters in 3 seconds. Then moves what? Yes, northward. تحرك للجنوب. Southward, sorry, الجنوب. Covering how many? Yes, covering 40 meters in how many? In 2 seconds. Toward point, yes, point D. So, we need to calculate what? We need to calculate distance. Distance is the actual length between 2 points. يبقى D equal what? Equal 40 plus 60 plus 40. Because we have actual length between the starting point and the ending point. So how many? This distance equal here 140 meters. At the same time, we need to calculate displacement, D with arrow. Okay? As what? Displacement is the shortest straight line between the starting point and the ending point. So the starting point is A and the ending point is D. But here we have 2 sides are parallel and equal, as A B equal 40 and DC equal 40 meters. So we have BC equal how many? Equal 60 meters. So AD equal how many? 60 meters. As we studied before in geometry, خدناها قبل كده طبعا واحنا صغيرين في الجيومتري. We know so displacement equal how many? 60 meters. We have a great difference طبعا زي ما انتم شايفين between distance and displacement. Here we have to calculate number one, speed. V equal what? D over T. As we have to calculate average speed. زي ما احنا كتبنا قبل كده. Total distance covered over total time taken to cover this distance. So we have 140 over 5 plus 3 plus 2 يبقى how many? يبقى 5 plus 3 plus 2.
There is a call phone.
Call phone, okay.
Khaled from Cairo. Hello, Khaled.
Hello, mister.
Hi Khaled, how are you?
Fine.
Okay.
Do you have a question?
Yes, I want to answer this question.
This
Yes.
question, okay. You can answer. اتفضل يا خالد.
Distance هتبقى 40 plus 60 plus 40.
Excellent.
With displacement هتبقى 60.
60. Yes. Speed.
Speed هتبقى
How many over how many?
wait second.
Quickly
هتبقى
خلود.
لحظة 140 over 3
140 over how many? Over 10.
over 10.
Equal how many? 1 ولا 14؟ لا 14 طبعا. 14 what?
14 meter per second.
Okay, how can we calculate velocity? Last point.
Velocity displacement over time.
Displacement over time. Displacement
60
equal how
over-
many?
60 over 10.
60 over 10. Equal how many? 6 خالد.
6. I am sorry.
Okay, لا as you like مفيش مشاكل. 6 what?
6
meter؟
meter بس.
لا meter per second. أنا شفت ضحكت عليك ازاي؟ meter per second because we talk about what? We talk about velocity. Velocity have أو has the measuring unit like what يا خالد?
Yes, meter per second.
Like what? Velocity and what have the same measuring unit?
Acceleration.
No, speed and velocity.
Yes.
خلي بالك يا خالد. Distance and what have the same measuring units? Distance and what?
Distance and velocity.
No, displacement. خلي بالك. Distance, displacement, the same measuring units, and speed with velocity have the same measuring units.
Yeah.
But they differentiate in what? In direction. Okay? Speed has no direction, velocity has direction, distance has no direction, and displacement has direction. Okay خالد, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you خالد. طبعا هنا لازم زي ما خالد قال كده او هنا خالد غلط بمعنى اصح ان هو طبعا مش مشكله ان احنا نغلط، ان المهم ان احنا how can we learn from our mistakes. طبعا لازم we know the measuring units before we can calculate any problem. We should write the measuring unit beside the number to avoid these marks عشان ما نفقدش درجات. How can I calculate the distance in this case? Distance is from me to Mr. Wa'il, then I will return back again. So AB plus BC or BA. رجعت تاني. But in this case, my displacement equal how many? My starting point is what? Is A. And my ending point is what? Is A. So here in this point, displacement equals 0. يعني if you return back again to your bed, لما ترجع كل يوم بالليل to your bed لسريرك, your displacement equal 0.
Excuse me, Fadi from Cairo.
Fadi.
Hello, Fadi, our friend.
Hello, mister.
Hi, Fadi.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay.
You have
Do you
any
have a
question?
question?
No, I want to have a question.
Do you have a question? We ask you any question يعني?
Yes.
Okay. طبعا thank you فادي for your efforts on our official page on Facebook مدرسة على الهواء ابتدائي واعدادي. your answers احنا شفناها، بس طبعا في شوية mistakes احنا we will answer this problem at the last time in this episode. طيب فادي give reason for sometimes distance equal displacement. انا لسه ما قلتوش، بس انا هحاول كده اسال فادي to answer this question.
Because it's in the same direction.
Number one, but we have number two. We have two factors here. We have two conditions. We have only one way when, in this case, distance equal displacement. حالة واحدة بس. When the body moves in what?
In the same direction.
In a straight line in one direction. In what?
In one direction.
But in a straight line. If I move from this point toward you now, in a straight line in one direction, يعني go forward, then doesn't or didn't return back, my distance مثلا 5 meters, but at the same time my displacement equal 5 meters. So we have one case, my dear students, distance equal displacement if the body moves in what? يلا يا فادي قولهم.
In the same straight line in the same direction.
In straight line in one direction. Thank you Fadi يعني for your efforts. Thank you. Okay, dear students, now we can differentiate between speed, velocity and distance with displacement. Mr. Wائل.
Just I have a notes. The word beginning or starting point, I can say it initial point. Initial equal starting. Number two, final equal ending point. Another one. What about the circular motion? If I moved in a circular path, it's a very important point. Suppose that, as you see, Mr. Muhammad helps us on his magic board. If somebody or an object moves in a circular path.
Circular path, yes. Okay, circular path on the monitor.
Yes.
How many?
From point A.
To point how many? Yes.
And in a circular path and returning back again to point A.
To point A يعني circular path نعملها كده اهوت on the monitor، هنعملها كده اهي. Yes. او نعملها circle كده like that، ممكن نغيرها تاني اهو، نعملها كده اهو. Body moves from point A like that, from this point.
And covered the whole distance?
Cover the whole distance.
Yes.
Like that.
Yes.
Then return back to its starting point.
Yes.
Or initial point.
Yes.
Point A.
What is the displacement?
Displacement here, as we know, displacement equal 0.
Yes.
Why? Because the starting point is the ending point. As we said before the call phone from Fadi, as we starting point at the same point of the ending point. يعني كل يوم لما بنرجع بالليل بيتنا بيبقى الديسبليسمنت بتاعتنا equal 0 كأننا ما عملناش displacement. But in this case بنبقى عملنا distance طبعا هي actual length between starting and ending point. طب مستر وائل, if we want to calculate here in this problem the distance بقى,
yes.
لو انا عايز احسب الديستانس في البروبلم دي.
Yes, very good question. As you studied our student in math,
distance.
Yes, distance in the whole circle is equal circumference.
Circumference, yes. How
yes.
many? يعني
2
by r.
And what is the value of by, Mr. Muhammad?
22/7 or 3.14.
Yes.
Okay, good. So here we have distance equal what is the circumference or the parameter of the circle. يبقى لما يجي يقول لي مثلا the circumference of this circle مثلا for example is 22 meters. يبقى in this case distance equal 22 meters. But the body returned back to its starting point, so its displacement equals 0. And we have another problem مثلا. For example, if the body moves from point A toward point B, يعني اتحرك from point A to point B like that. And we know
have a circle.
Have a circle, yes. But we have here to identify what, Mr. وائل?
Displacement first?
يعني by knowing what in the circle.
Yeah, radius.
Radius, yes. يبقى هنا لازم اعرف الايه؟ طبعا احنا عندنا
maybe diameter مستر محمد.
طبعا الديامتر.
maybe.
تمام. يبقى انا عندي هنا اسهل طبعا انا باي diameter، يعني انا عندي 2 radii in the circle، طبعا center of the circle. So if the body moves from point A toward point B like that, so and in this problem مثلا كان radius equal 2 meters, okay, and circumference equal how many? Equal مثلا 15 meters. So if you want to calculate distance, يبقى distance هتبقى equal what? The half of circumference، يعني 15 over what? 2. okay, لأن هنا half circle not complete circle from A to B, and here we have 7.5 meters. But if you want to calculate the displacement, we have to know radius, تمام, and here we have 2 radii, so we have to know the diameter and the 2r، يعني diameter equal to r. So 2 يبقى displacement equal 2 times 2 equal 4 meters. Okay, I hope we can complete our lesson next time, but complete our revision on unit 1 with our magic problems. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad. Thank
Mr.
you, all of our students. We hope that you got benefit from this episode, and we wait you for the next week, and we have to say goodbye.